It's basically me saying, hey guys, stop pedestalizing. Yes, stop pedestalizing random cigarettes on the internet. I don't actually mean the word cigarettes, but you know what I mean, okay? You know what I mean. Stop pedestalizing random people on the internet. Like, just stop. I'm saying this because I've noticed how many people nowadays have a huge, and I mean huge, tendency to people please online. And I mean huge, okay? I mean huge. And no, I'm not gonna act like as if I haven't been involved in that, because I have. And I've gotten myself out of it recently.
Well, little ducky, what is an online people pleaser?
Well, I'm here to tell you guys the warning signs that you might be seeking validation on the internet from strangers and from random content creators online. Number one, do people's opinions feel like personal attacks? Like, let's say for an example, somebody on the internet comes on and they say, oh my god, dude, blue shoes, dude, they're so bad. They're trash. Like, you're gay if you wear those shoes. Like, why would you wear those shoes? Like, that, ew, disgusting. And then you watch the video and you're like, oh my god, dude. But I wear blue shoes. Am I Yes, first of all, yes you are. And number two, oh my god. Do people like me? Do people like me? First of all, like, if you take your feelings out of the equation, do you know how sad that sounds? Like, you're just like, do people like me? They don't know you exist. They don't even know your name. Like, I don't think they've seen you wear blue shoes before, so it's like, if you feel offended by that, and it's like over something trivial, it's over something like completely subjective, like, it's not even something to get mad about. Like, if it's just a nothing burger and you find yourself offended by that's you have your answer. Yes, you seek validation from random cigarettes on the internet, okay? You seek validation, once again, from random cigarettes on the internet. Like, instead of critically thinking and wondering, what is this personal vendetta that this person has with blue shoes? Instead of thinking that, or instead of just moving on because this shouldn't matter to you anyway, all of a sudden you're like, oh, dude, what the heck? I love blue shoes. Why would they say that about blue shoes, dude? Why would they say that? Oh my god. Do you know what? I'm gonna change my whole perspective. I hate blue shoes now. Blue shoes are bad. Somebody on the internet told me that blue shoes are bad. Blue shoes are bad. The internet wouldn't lie to me. Blue shoes, no.
What do you mean? How do you know someone didn't just make it up?
What? You mean just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
So yeah, there's a telltale sign that you're a people pleaser on the internet. Yeah. So I'm saying this because I see this a lot on TikTok. On YouTube, maybe not so much. On YouTube, you'll have like a few bad apples of like people who take things to the extreme, and then they dogpile and they do this but no, that's just YouTube, right? You'll still find a few people who are not NPCs and people who do think, but I'm talking about specifically people on TikTok and just people on social media in general, but especially TikTok, because one time I saw this video and it was of this guy talking about fumbling a funny girl, right? And he was like, oh my god, imagine hanging around with like, a bitch, for an example, and like you're dating this bitch, but like imagine fumbling a funny bitch. It's like, okay, bad bitch is one thing, but a funny bitch. And then the people in the comments, right, they're all like agreeing, they're all like, yeah, I agree, like you don't really find that many women that are as funny or whatever. And then the little blue search thing, they have it on like every social media platform now for some reason, because everybody is trying to copy each other. But yeah, on the little blue search thing, it was how to be a funny girl. Dude, all this over one video made by some random guy. We don't know who he is. You guys are probably too young for the person in the video. He looks like he's 35. I forgot. I haven't seen the video in a hot minute. But like, dude, it's like, why do we care so much about what this random thinks? Who cares? And it's like, first of all, if you search up a tutorial on how to be funny, you have your answer as to whether or not you are funny. And number two, you just kind of naturally have it. It's like if you had to learn how to be funny, like if you had to learn, like it's like you're really not. Like honestly, if you want to be funny, it really depends on your demographic. But if you want to be funny to the people that you're attracted to, just I don't, oh my god, just run away from TikTok humor as much as possible, and you have it. Like you have it. You have it. Like just run away from the TikTok persona as much as possible. Just be your, like try to think, who am I outside of the internet? Who am I outside of TikTok? And you have your answer. Actually, no, internet culture is funny, but like just not on that side of the internet. Hashtag that side of the internet. But still, it's like, how are you this insecure to the point where you had to change your whole perspective just based on that one TikTok made by somebody you'll never come across ever again on your For You page, by the way. And you're like, oh my god, am I not funny? How do I become funny? So that, because if one guy thinks this way, and if this guy has 100,000 likes, that means that every single guy on the whole wide world thinks that way. Every single guy thinks this way. Every single guy has the same opinion as this person. That means I'm gonna have to go and search for. I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to run for the hills. I'm gonna go to the master who masters comedy or something like that, and I'm gonna learn how to be funny once and for all. And it's like, dude, you can't just it's so it's like, what are we doing? Oh yeah, and guys do this too. Like, this isn't only a girl thing. Like, the seeking validation from random people on the internet, this is not just a girl thing. Like, I notice guys that do this as well. Why is it that as soon as a guy watches one video from the looks maxing community, all of a sudden, this guy's whole demeanor changes? And then he's like, looks matter, bro. Looks matter, bro. They say the same 5 things over and over. Raw milk, raw liver, raw heart, raw kidney, raw stone, raw this, raw that. Oral, so raw, so real, so base, so red pill, so America first. It's like, dude, you yesterday you were wearing the quarter zip, sipping on that matcha, talking about, hey guys, so basically, I read, I'm a feminist, I'm a male feminist Marxist, I love, like dude, Hasanabi's my whole personality. Then the next day, this guy is listening to that song from Kanye, and I can't see my children, that song. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, guys, I'm so based, so raw, so real, so rebel, so America first. It's like, dude, you were not like that yesterday. You saw one video and that changed your whole worldview. And you're like, oh my god, guys, I'm so smart. It's the pseudo-intellectuals. I'm so smart. I'm so intelligent now. I found one content creator on like the deepest, darkest pits of Rumble. Actually, no, I saw it on my recommended, and I watched it, and I think I know everything now. It's the great noticing, guys. I've noticed. It's like, dude. And by the way, not gonna, if you're, and then they are under every single comment section on the planet asking questions about, oh my god, so what do I do if this random specific scenario happened? What do I do? It's like, how is that person supposed to know the answer to your problem? They have not experienced that. They have not fucked up life that hard to the point where they're in that situation in the first. Do you know what their advice is? Their advice would have been, hey, have you ever thought of preventing the situation from happening in the first place? And then the guy will take it like it's the gospel, and then they'll internalize it, and they'll be like, oh, dude, I'm a failure. This random cigarette on the internet doesn't like me. Oh, and by the way, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're a guy, and if you seek validation from random people on the internet, and if you don't have any sort of individuality whatsoever, then like, that's actually kind of gay. I'm sorry. I get women that do that, but if you're a guy, oh yeah, and by the way, if you're offended by this right now, I've proved my point. Yeah. Oh, and also, if you're here to say it's not anyone's fault if people get easily influenced by that content, I agree. Yes, I agree with that, but I'm just gonna get serious for a second and explain as to why you should take everything people on the internet say with a huge grain of salt. And also, by the way, I don't know if I've said this already, but no, I'm not an advice channel. I'm just here to speak my mind. I'm just here to say whatever. And yeah, and by the way, this applies to me too. Do not take, okay? Do not put me on this huge pedestal and then start like and then start acting like as if everything I'm saying is the gospel. This like please don't do that. Please don't do that. I am not the answer to every single problem, okay? My opinion matters just as much as yours, but my opinion does not matter any more than anybody else's opinion, okay? Oh, but I wasn't gonna take your advice anyway. Oh, poo. I'm just gonna clip something from a video I've made recently about this topic, but it applied especially to people who openly struggle with mental illness on the platform. Take especially what they say with a grain of salt. And yeah, I'm just gonna reference that right now. Guys, always take these people, always take it with a grain of salt. No, I'm not being ableist or anything. No, let me explain why. So basically, there's this content creator, right? I'm not gonna say names. If you know, you know. I don't think you would know. Like this content creator, they're a little niche, low key, but like still, okay. So like I was watching this content creator, right? I was keeping in tabs with them, and like they used to make good content. They came on here like very, very recently, and they used to make really good content. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, people started talking about them, right? Because they're content creators, they're going public, so like they're going public, and the people that were talking about them, they obviously they got their feelings hurt by the content that the person was making, so they decided to release a lot of like personal stuff about that person. It was already public information, but for some reason they decided to emphasize on it because, hey guys, this is a gotcha moment. This person is not who they say they are. And then after that, the person, right, the person responded, but for some reason their whole channel became a whole response to all of these people, right, to all of them. And it's like, dude, you keep on going in circles. You keep talking about the same things over and over. And now like part of and now like and then I forgot that at one point this person mentioned that they were not doing well mentally. They were mentally insane. So it's like, dude, always take like and then they also said they had anger issues. So I could see that. And then for some reason, like I'm not gonna blame them obviously, but like the thing is the way people frame things, if they say it with passion and if they say it as fact and if they've told the truth before, it kind of conditions you into thinking that they're gonna tell the truth again. Because the thing is with Deborah, it's like I agree with a lot of the things that Deborah said about Clara, right? A broken clock is right 2 times a day. But that doesn't mean that this can be true, right? That doesn't mean that this is the truth. That doesn't mean everything I say is the truth. Yeah, guys, we don't know that. We don't know if it's true. That's the thing. Especially considering that the person is. How do we need to ask questions? Always use your discernment. How do you know if this isn't projection? Yeah, how do you know if this isn't projection? How do you know if this person isn't having an episode right now and it's bleeding out onto the internet, right? It's bleeding out into the commentary scene. It's bleeding it out onto the internet because they're projecting their mental disorder onto you, right? You, the audience, you, the content creators that the person is going after, right? Not even no, this is not a gaslighting tactic, right? This is not gaslighting. I'm just telling you guys to be aware. Because I remember, right, the content creator that I was watching, they started to slowly become more extreme, right, against the people that they were talking about. They started to become more extreme, and it was slowly conditioning me, right, into becoming extreme as well. And I was like, you know what? Let me tune out. Let me not watch this content creator anymore, right, until they bring back the content that I originally came to their channel for. That person included, and a lot of their subscribers are like, nowadays it's like, nah, like I need to tune out because all of this is getting extreme, and I do not want to listen to them. Because it's like, dude, I do not want to end up becoming like them, like, right? I do not want to end up. I do not. Nobody, and I'm telling y'all right now, nobody is jealous of that person's situation. So yeah, you guys use your discernment. Use your discernment. For context, this video covers drama between two content creators, and the one I'm referring to, Deborah, called the police over Instagram DMs from someone who she assumed was the YouTuber she was beefing with. And no, there's no evidence directly pointing to those DMs actually coming from her. Those are just schizo theories, and we're supposed to just blindly trust the source. But what I am trying to say is don't just trust or heavily rely on random people on the internet because you don't really know them. I know, shocking. Oh, well, Loliducky, no shit, you shouldn't trust people on the internet. Okay, you guys say one thing and then you do this thing that you, like, denounced. So, like, guys, they could talk a big game of being the best and being extremely empathetic while they could very much be crawling in their mom's basement, standing 370 pounds and standing in their own feces while wanting to live vicariously through other women so that they can walk down the street and not have people scream and run for their lives. Or they could also be diehard MAGA hats being from West Africa or Southeast Asia. Or they could very much be people who bleach their skin tone to try to look like the person who resembles their fun step-uncle that grew distant from them as they became an adult. And yes, everybody is going to catch strays on this YouTube channel, okay? So you guys are going to have to get used to it because No one is immune. And goodbye.
Every day when you're walking down the street, you stop and think.
Mom, Dad, I'm thinking about getting a new puppy.